We've got a really great little section we do with everyone, which is something called the lightning round.
Oh, I like the sound of this.
Sorry,
I like the
very
sound
quick.
of this.
And we'd like to ask you some really important questions.
Brilliant. I got asked the other day what my favourite dinosaur was.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And then I paused, and he said, "Oh, I knew I shouldn't have asked you that. That's a stupid question, isn't it?" I said, "No, brother. I've paused because that's the best question I've been asked in like years."
So tea or coffee?
Oh, cutting edge. Tea or coffee? Tea, probably.
Blonde or brunette?
Brunette, I'd say.
Mackie D's or KFC?
Oh, neither. Fuck me. No. Sorry, it's no way.
Beatles or Stones? Obviously.
No. I'm just saying. Probably. I don't really know. Mum used to listen to the. I don't know. Probably. I think I'm more familiar with the Beatles catalogue, but I think the only thing I was getting at earlier when you said Stones is that I think it's odd to base your music on something that's that old, because there's no postmodernism involved in that. Yeah. Whereas a lot of the music gets made more recently, it's also influenced by that music. So it's you're only going to make something new if you take influences from something that's been influenced by something before it. You know what I mean?
Favourite band of all time? Kind of a tricky question.
Favourite band of all time? Swans, I'd say. But it's a bit obscure. I don't expect many people to have heard it. But yeah, there you go.
Favourite track at the moment?
You know what? I was in Germany at the weekend, and I was in a car with the guy that drove me back. Was a guy called Felix, who was a resident DJ at this club near Berlin, and he played a really good song in his car that was on a mix CD, and then he let me have the mix CD actually. So I'm going to play it tonight, and I don't know what it's called. So I've Shazammed it, and I don't know what it's called. So I'm always on the lookout, me.
Mac or PC?
PC.
Yeah, different.
PC. I can tell you why though, for any snooty people that are watching now. I think the thing I always say about PC or things in general is, if something's not broke, like, why use something else? Like, why, like I still use XP on a PC. I don't even have Windows 7 Watch Your Flip because it works. Like, my computer works, and I know there's a lot of other producers I know that also work on PCs. And like on a PC, like, I know how to partition the memory. I know how to change the RAM. I know how to put eSATA drives on a PC. On a Mac, I don't know how to do any of that stuff. So that's why. There you go. That's why. That's why.
Work with any artist, alive or dead, who would it be?
Tricky question. Now, what I usually say when people ask me this is that, to be honest with you, I think I really cherish being a fan of things. Yeah. And actually, something I've realised from meeting a few of my idols is that, I don't know, I don't really want to be on the same level as them. You know what I mean? Like, I like doing remixes of people I idolise, but I don't think doing a track with them, I don't really want that. I don't really want to be on the same level, really. I like. It's good to keep things sacred. So I think anyone, it wouldn't really be necessarily one of my idols or something. It would be probably just someone that I quite admire at the moment or something. Quite like to do something. I don't know, Fatboy Slim. I'd quite like to do something because he's a nice guy. I've had more gigs with him as the years have passed by, and he's a top chap. So.
You could have anything in the world on your rider. Anything, like naked wrestling midgets in mud or something. What would it be? Just anything. Dinosaurs. Your favourite dinosaur?
Anything. It could be anything.
It's a really hard one. Cobra.
Only because there's no constraints. It could be anything. I don't know. Maybe I'd just be a little more boring than that, and I'd say.
Fridge full of Bacardi Breezes. It's got a pretty good ride going on now. Quite nutritious.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think a jacuzzi would be fun.
Oh yeah.
I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. I could tell you a lot of like things that I'd like to know about space travel and stuff. But if I was going to be a bit more grounded and think about the other people in my team's needs as well, I need a jacuzzi. Otherwise, I'm not going to say. Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, what's your best tip for a hangover cure?
Well, actually, I've got a lot of tips. Well, DJs tend to have tips with the hangover cures. The key with hangovers, and it's quite simple, it's to do with dehydration. So the key is to I'll have an Alka-Seltzer or something before I go to sleep, not when I wake up, because when you wake up you're already dehydrated, and that's got me onto several planes in the past. Although I'm not, I tell you, I'm not as hardcore as some people are, but. I do like to drink with the best of them. So it's before you go to bed.
I'll write it down.
Because it becomes a bit. It could, like you really travelling, like having to get like a car somewhere and then getting on a plane and then waiting in an airport for 2 hours. Doing all that with a hangover is awful. It's absolutely awful feeling. So I've had to hone a way of avoiding things like that.
So one last question actually. What advice would you give to a young, this is not a personal question, what advice would you give to a young DJ or producer who's aspiring?
Okay, cool. So several things. I think I'll go too much on autopilot when I see things. Several things. I think it's important to know what you are. So if someone says to you, for instance, people have come up to me and have said, "Oh, Kissy is my new tune, I go, "Oh, bruv, you haven't written." Write on the CD as well. It's another one. Do a nice label on the CD. So it's got a blank CD I was going to give to me, and I said, "Oh, what kind of music is it?" And they're like, "Oh, it's kind of like dirty, kind of a bit like kind of filthy, kind of dirty, like kind of like quite. It's quite kind of dark, kind of like quite like house, like housey." And I'm like, "Oh, right, okay. So is it like sort of stuff that is it sort of stuff like Pete Tong plays?" It's like, no, it's not that kind of music. No, it's not kind of music. It's like, oh, okay. Well, he plays like a house, isn't he? He plays like a darker kind of house, isn't he? It's like, no, it's not that. Anyway, what I'm getting at is that if you don't, like, if you can't describe exactly what it is you're doing, then like, that's the inspiration. Like, you know, when I sit down, and a lot of other people I know sit down to make music, they have an idea of the kind of, whether they can put an exact name to it, but they have an idea of where the influences are, what they want it to sound a bit like, and where they fit in, because that's all related to just being a fan of music. And I think if you make music and you're not a fan of other people's music, that's just a losing formula straight away. It doesn't make me interested in other people's music. If someone gives me something, and or like I used to love with like Late to Appear, for instance, which is that first album, there are bits where you can spot that it's supposed to sound a bit like Gary Newman or something, and I love that because I can relate to that as a listener, and I think that that's really important. So if you're first making a tune right from the start, you know, you need to make sure that first best thing you've ever done that you get out there is you understand it yourself, and then and you kind of, I don't know, when the success happens, it's a good feeling.
Yeah. Okay. This one's brand new. It's Kissy Sell Out. Cobra.